Siem Reap's temple complexes are a treasure trove of Khmer architectural history, each with a unique story and distinct style. Beyond the famed trio of Angkor Wat, Bayon, and Taprom, five temples stand out for their historical significance, artistic beauty, and unique atmosphere. Five recommended temples. 1. Banteya Sri, the Citadel of Women. Banteya Sri, meaning Citadel of Women, is a magnificent 10th century temple known for its incredibly intricate and detailed carvings. Unlike most temples in the Angkor area, which were built by kings, this one was commissioned by a Brahmin, who was a royal advisor. Its construction with a distinct pinkish-red sandstone gives it a unique, warm glow, especially in the morning light. The temple's small scale and the exceptional quality of its bas-reliefs, which depict scenes from Hindu epics like the Ramayana and Mahabharata, make it feel like a fine art gallery. The name Citadel of Women is said to derive from the delicate, almost impossibly fine carvings that were believed to be too intricate for a man's hands to create. 2. Priya Khan, the Holy Sword. Priya Khan, or Holy Sword, is a sprawling temple complex that was a Buddhist university and a city in its own right. Built by King Jayavarman VII in the 12th century, it honors his father. The temple is notable for its state of partial restoration, where giant trees and other vegetation have been left to grow among the ruins, creating a sense of being an ancient ruin swallowed by the jungle. This temple showcases the blend of Buddhism and Hinduism, as it contains both Buddhist shrines and Hindu satellite temples. The entrance causeway features a long line of statues holding a naga, similar to Angkor Thom, but with Garudas, mythical bird-like creatures fighting the serpents. Bangmayela, the Jungle Temple. Bangmayela is a largely unrestored temple that lies about 40 kilometers from the main Angkor complex. It's often called the Jungle Temple because of its remote location and the immense trees and thick brush that have reclaimed the site. This temple offers an adventurous experience, as visitors can climb over piles of collapsed stones and walk along wooden walkways through the ruins. Its layout is similar to Angkor Wat, but on a smaller scale, and it was built from the same sandstone quarries as Angkor Wat. Bangmayela's raw, unmanicured state provides a powerful visual for a documentary on the ephemeral nature of human creations and the unstoppable force of nature. Nekpien, the Entwined Serpents. Nekpien is a small, unique temple located on an island in the middle of a large artificial lake, a bare. The temple's design is highly symbolic, representing the mythical lake Anavatapata in the Himalayas, a sacred place of healing in Buddhist and Hindu cosmology. The central circular pond is surrounded by 4 smaller ponds, each with a different waterspout in the shape of an animal: an elephant, a lion, a horse, and a human face. In ancient times, people would come here for ritual purification and healing, with the water from the central pool flowing into the smaller ones through the spouts. Its watery setting and cruciform layout make for a picturesque and serene experience, distinct from the other temples. Bakong is a temple mountain that represents the first major use of this architectural style in the Angkorian era. Located in the Rolos group, it's one of the earliest temples, dating back to the late 9th century. Built as the state temple for the first major Khmer capital, Harikaralaya, its 5-tiered pyramid structure is a striking representation of Mount Meru, the home of the gods in Hindu mythology. The temple's design set the precedent for later, more famous temple mountains. The well-preserved elephant statues at the corners of its tiers and the surrounding brick towers make it an excellent example of early Khmer architectural principles and craftsmanship. Khmer architectural styles and studies. Khmer architecture is a sophisticated tradition that evolved over centuries, blending religious symbolism with advanced engineering. For documentary purposes, key aspects to focus on include Temple Mountain style. This dominant architectural form symbolizes Mount Meru, the center of the universe. The temples are built as stepped pyramids with a central sanctuary tower representing the peak. Bakan is a prime example of its early form, while Angkor Wat represents its pinnacle. Materials and techniques. Early Khmer temples, like those in the Rolos group, were often constructed with brick, which was then covered in stucco for detailed carvings. Later, as builders mastered the use of sandstone, it became the primary material, allowing for the intricate bas-reliefs seen at Banteya Sri and Angkor Wat. The use of corbel arches instead of true arches is a characteristic engineering feat. Symbolism. Nearly every element of a Khmer temple is symbolic. The concentric enclosures represent mountain ranges, moats represent cosmic oceans, and the cardinal directions are aligned with specific Hindu deities. The ubiquitous Naga, multi-headed serpent, represents a bridge between the human world and the world of the gods. Bas-reliefs and inscriptions are historical canvases of the Khmer temples. The bas-reliefs provide a wealth of information about religious myths, daily life, royal processions, and military campaigns. Inscriptions found on temple door frames and steles offer insights into the temple's dedication, the king's reign, and the organization of society. Conclusion and recommendations. Exploring these 5 temples provides a deeper understanding of the diversity and evolution of the Khmer civilization. For your next visit and documentary, I recommend the following tips. Timing is key. Visit Banteya Sri and Bakong in the early morning or late afternoon to catch the soft light on the sandstone. These times are also less crowded. Hire a guide. A knowledgeable local guide can bring the bas-reliefs and inscriptions to life, explaining the stories and symbolism that are otherwise hidden. Go beyond the main circuit. Bang Miela, in particular, offers a unique, off-the-beaten-path experience that is visually stunning and emotionally powerful for a documentary. Building on the above exploration, here's another extended guide for tourists, offering practical facts and figures for visiting these 5 temples discussed. This information will help you, as the visitor of Khmer ancient research or studies, plan your itineraries efficiently and make the most of your experience through lively images with impressive research or exploration. 1. Banteya Sri, the Citadel of Women. Key facts. Located approximately 37 kilometers, 23 miles, northeast of Siem Reap. It's often referred to as the Pink Temple due to the unique reddish-pink sandstone used in its construction. Banteya Sri is part of the Grand Circuit of temples, but its distance often requires a dedicated half-day trip. Best time to visit. The most magical time is in the early morning, 7:30 a.m. to 9 a.m., or late afternoon, 3:30 p.m. to 5 p.m. The soft light at these times enhances the carvings and gives the temple a warm, vibrant glow. Visiting early helps you avoid the midday heat and the largest tour groups. Duration. Allow at least 1.5 to 2 hours for a thorough visit. The detailed carvings demand close inspection, and you'll want time to take photos from various angles. Cost. Entry is included in the standard Angkor Pass, $37 for 1 day, $62 for 3 days. Transportation to and from the temple typically costs around $25 to $35 for a tuk-tuk round trip or $40 to $50 for a private car. 2. Preah Khan, the Holy Sword. Key facts. A sprawling, flat temple complex covering about 56 hectares, 140 acres. It's located on the Grand Circuit Loop, making it easy to combine with other temples like Nik Pion. Best time to visit. The early morning, 7:30 a.m. to 9 a.m., is ideal. The temple is less crowded, and the cooler air makes it more comfortable to navigate its long causeways and crumbling galleries.
Duration. Plan for 1.5 to 2 hours to explore the main temple, especially if you want to walk through its labyrinthine passages and see the different religious carvings. The sheer size of the complex means you'll do a lot of walking. Cost. Covered by the standard anchor pass. 3. Bangmelia, the Jungle Temple. Key facts. Situated about 68 kilometers, 42 miles from Siem Reap. This temple is not included in the main circuits and requires a longer dedicated trip. Its remote location is a significant part of its appeal. Best time to visit. As a longer trip, visiting in the morning is generally recommended to avoid the worst of the midday heat. The dry season, November to April, is the most comfortable for exploring. Duration. Allocate 2 to 3 hours to fully explore the temple. The experience is more about an adventure of climbing over and around the ruins, and there are wooden walkways installed to help tourists navigate the most challenging sections. Cost. A separate ticket is required for Bangmelia, which costs $5 per person. This is in addition to your anchor pass. A tuk-tuk round trip for the day will cost around $30 to $40, while a private car with AC is about $50 to $60. 4. Neak Pion, the Entwined Serpents. Key facts. A small temple on an island in the middle of a large beret. It's on the Grand Circuit and is often visited right after Priya Khan. Access is via a scenic wooden boardwalk over the water. Best time to visit. The beauty of Neak Pion was its tranquil, watery setting. The morning light reflecting off the beret, artificial lake, is especially picturesque. The temple's small size means a quick visit can be combined with other sites. Duration. Only about 45 minutes to 1 hour is needed to walk the boardwalk, see the central shrine, and appreciate the scenery. Cost. Included in the standard anchor pass. 5. Bekong, the Mountain Temple. Key facts. Part of the Relos group, located about 15 kilometers, 9 miles from Siem Reap. This group of temples represents the earliest major monuments of the Khmer Empire and is located on a different route from the main anchor complex. Best time to visit. Bekong is a fantastic place for a sunrise or sunset visit. The 5-tiered pyramid is an impressive sight against the rising or setting sun. Its location away from the main tourist trail means it's often far less crowded than Angkor Wat. Duration. Allow 1 to 1.5 hours to climb the steps of the pyramid, see the surrounding towers, and explore the tranquil grounds. Cost. Included in the standard anchor pass. A round trip by tuk-tuk to the Relos group from Siem Reap is around $15 to $20. Conclusion and practical tips for tourists. To make the most of your Siem Reap temple exploration, consider these practical tips. Purchase your Anchor Pass in advance. You must buy the pass at the official Anchor Enterprise office, open from 4:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Your photo will be taken and the pass must be presented at all temple checkpoints. Dress code. Remember to dress respectfully. Shoulders and knees must be covered for all temple visits. Transportation. For Banteay Siri and Bangmelia, a private car offers comfort and AC, which can be a relief from the heat. For the Grand Circuit, a tuk-tuk is a great, authentic way to travel. Hydration. Bring plenty of water and stay hydrated. The Cambodian heat and humidity can be intense. Many vendors near the temple sell cold drinks and snacks. Combined temple visits. These 5 temples can be logically grouped for efficient touring. Day Trip 1. Combine the Grand Circuit temples like Priya Khan and Neak Pion. Day Trip 2. Visit the more distant Banteay Siri in the morning, followed by other temples nearby. Day Trip 3.
Now, we come to further discuss those visitors whose experiences to these 5 temples as often reported that they made a profound shift in perspective, moving from a standard tourist checklist to a deeper appreciation for Khmer history and culture. The experience is less about seeing famous sights and more about connecting with the past, understanding the lessons of time, and feeling the raw power of nature. 1. Banteay Sri, the Citadel of Women. Experience. Tourists are consistently awed by the exquisite detail of Bante Sarai's carvings. The pink sandstone and smaller scale create an intimate atmosphere, making it feel less like a massive monument and more like a work of fine art. Visitors often find themselves lingering, captivated by the intricate apsaras and mythological scenes that seem to tell a story in stone. The experience is less about seeing famous sights and more about connecting with the past, understanding the lessons of time, and feeling the raw power of nature. Lesson learned. The key lesson from Bante Sarai is that size doesn't equate to significance. While it may not be as grand as Angkor Wat, its artistic mastery and preserved details reveal a level of craftsmanship and dedication that is unparalleled. It teaches visitors to look closer and appreciate the beauty in the small, carefully wrought details. 2. Priya Khan, the Holy Sword. Experience. Priya Khan is often described as an Indiana Jones-esque adventure. Visitors love the sense of discovery as they navigate its long, vaulted corridors and explore a temple that feels wild and untamed. The sight of giant trees growing out of the ruins, their roots intertwining with the stone, is a powerful visual that leaves a lasting impression. Lesson learned. This temple is a powerful reminder of the conflict between man and nature. While it's a testament to human engineering and artistry, the jungle's slow but relentless reclamation of the temple shows that nature always reclaims its territory. It highlights the ephemeral nature of empires and the enduring force of the natural world. 3. Bengamelia, the Jungle Temple. Experience. Visiting Bengamelia is a full-body adventure. Tourists feel like true explorers, climbing over massive piles of fallen stones and walking through a labyrinth of ruins. The sheer scale of the destruction and the way the jungle has completely taken over make it a profoundly humbling and adventurous experience. Lesson learned. The main takeaway from Bengamelia is the concept of history as an ongoing process. Unlike the restored temples, Bengamelia exists in a state of arrested decay. It teaches that history isn't just a series of static events. It's a dynamic story of creation, destruction, and rebirth. It offers a tangible connection to the past in its rawest form. 4. Neak Pean, the Entwined Serpents. Experience. Neak Pean offers a serene and contemplative experience, a stark contrast to the grandeur of other temples. The long, picturesque wooden walkway over the still water is a favorite feature, leading to a small, circular temple that feels like a sacred oasis. Tourists appreciate the tranquil atmosphere and the unique symbolism of the healing pools. Lesson learned. This temple teaches the symbolic hour of architecture. Neak Pean's design is not merely aesthetic, it's a symbolic representation of a mythical healing lake. Visitors learn how ancient Khmer architects use their craft to embody spiritual beliefs about health, cosmology, and the interconnectedness of the elements, making the visit a lesson in faith and philosophy. 5. Bakong, the Mountain Temple. Experience. As one of the earliest temple mountains, Bakong gives visitors a sense of being at the beginning of a grand architectural story. Climbing the 5-tiered pyramid is a satisfying physical journey, and the sweeping views from the top provide a sense of scale and perspective. The quiet, less crowded atmosphere of the Reluis group adds to its appeal. Lesson learned. Bakong offers a fundamental lesson in architectural evolution. By visiting this temple, visitors can trace the origins of the Temple Mountain concept that culminated in Angkor Wat. It provides context and a deeper understanding of the sophisticated planning and engineering that laid the groundwork for one of the world's most famous monuments. It teaches that great accomplishments are built on the foundations of innovation and a long history of trial and error.
Waves whisper truth as they flow down, and their songs entwine with the trees that stand, knotted in